So let's go back to finishing up the $500 day, and I just want to put your mind at ease that we're not going to do all that today. Okay, so let's say we have come through the expense of mortgage, rent, utilities, advertising, and you're open 6 days a week. I am looking at average of $780 to $900 a week to meet those obligations. And frankly, that's not bad. I don't have a lot of expense here. I can easily pay most of what I need to pay through there. Payroll is going to take up usually about 2/3. That is not an unusual amount, and that is not necessarily a number that you won't see from other sources. If your payroll is taking up much more than 2/3 of your net profits, your net income, then you're probably not charging enough, you're paying too much, or you need to reduce your workforce. But payroll should take most, but not much more. Make sense?
I just had to figure it out, and I'm right on.
Okay, good, okay. I have read cautionary tales from other people who specialize in business saying that if your payroll gets up to the 3/4 mark, you are going to have trouble meeting some of your other obligations. Has anybody else had experience much with payroll? Where do you stand? Do you know, Pat, on your payroll percentage? You've got so many. You've got independent contractors. Probably hard to tell.
Yeah. It's pretty high.
Okay.
Because well, in the massage business, it's pretty high.
Okay.
In my equipment sales, beauty and health sales company, it's not nearly as high.
Okay.
It's
good.
the equipment itself,
So
the inventory.
if you were average across your corporations and your LLC, you probably within the right range.
Right.
Most
It's probably
likely. Or
close
you wouldn't
to,
still be in business, basically.
Probably close to 2/3, but
Good.
the massage industry, because it's labor intensive, is much higher.
Good. Okay. Very valid points. Keep those in mind. They're going to go up or down based on what you have. What you have, if you look on the next page, what you have left should cover your other expenses. So at roughly $1,200 to $1,300 for the month, and I base this on 4.2 weeks per month. That's an average of business days, business weeks. That is where we come up. It works. So far it works. It gets a little tight, gets a little hard to breathe sometimes, but the good news is that even a slightest increase in revenues puts us in better shape, because although you pull more for cost of goods sold, you also still have more left over in your profit. So all the numbers go up accordingly, and then you end up with a cleaner margin. Then I end up with a much better margin. Now I'm looking more at a 40%, and sometimes maybe even more if I need to. I have gotten into the habit, as I mentioned down here, of pulling $100 a day in tax. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. If we need cash flow, we need money in the bank, we don't pull so much. But then we have another day where if you see, you've seen the size of that little shop next door. If we do $1,500, it looks like we've been looted. So we were shooting to increase our daily revenues, to move them up to between $600 and $750 on average. We did it. We are right where we need to be. We're running between $600 and $750 on average, and we have met and exceeded all of our tax goals, and we have a little more buying power than we used to have, so now we are able to take advantage of some more sales, which also hits your margins when you can take advantage of sales. So all of this is just a little workshop walkthrough. In a nutshell, this to me is a retail class. This is a little bit of retail on 2 pages.